a drink out of a mason jar? I don't think that's gonna work. So the kids were down in the barn doing chores and they came running up to the house to tell me that Oakley, the milk cow, just had her baby. So I'm going down to check it out. To have our calves in the spring because it's warmer, it's a little easier to handle, but considering we missed our mark on breeding her last year, we just kind of hit her later and ended up having a fall calf, which isn't the end of the world. So it's a little girl, a little heifer, which is what we want since she can grow up to be another milk cow. And it's a little cold and damp out here, so once we give baby a few minutes to acclimate to the world, we'll work on getting her inside the barn for the night. So a couple things that we always watch for right after a calf is born. We want to make sure the calf gets colostrum ASAP. And colostrum is the first milk that comes from the cow, and it's full of antibodies and all that good stuff that really keeps the calf healthy. And if they don't get that colostrum, you can have issues. So it's high priority that the calf nurses within a couple hours. And then we're also going to watch to make sure that Oakley passes most of her placenta, the afterbirth, because if she retains any of that, that can cause issues and make her very sick. What do you think, guys?
It's pretty cool.
Was it fun to watch it?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It was like it came out pretty fast.
Came out pretty fast?
Yeah.
And Bridger did a good job of coming to the house and getting Mom, right? You were the messenger. And Kate, the cow horse, is just making sure everything's legal here. She won't bother the baby though. She just wants to check it out. Okay, so we're back. It's actually about 10 o'clock at night right now, which is why the lighting is so bad. So please forgive me for that. But I actually had to go to a Bible study right after the calf was born. So Christian stayed home with the kids and kept an eye on things. The calf got up, and Oakley actually brought the baby into the barn on her own accord. I think she knows the drill. So Christian got them into a pen, and then I got home just a few minutes ago, and so I came down here to help make sure the calf is getting colostrum and just to check on things. Oakley always gets a snack of alfalfa after she calves, and she'll stay in the barn for the night. And you know, it's really not necessary. The calf would be fine outside. It's not snowing. It was a little cooler today. We did have some wet snow earlier, but it's not currently snowing. It's not super windy, so they would be fine outside, but it's Oakley, so she gets spoiled. What can I say? And because Oakley is an older cow who's had babies, she has a very large udder, and it will decrease in size as the calf starts nursing and everything kind of levels out, but it is kind of big and things get really tight. So what we like to do is just release some of the pressure and get some of the colostrum out. So it's easier for the calf to nurse, and it doesn't end up with Oakley getting mastitis. We're just gonna help her find the teat. And like with our beef cattle, a range cow, you're not gonna do this with every calf because, well, number one, the calf really doesn't need it. Number two, the mama wouldn't let you do this. But because Oakley has such a big udder and she has so much milk, we kind of get in there and get a little, it's gonna latch onto your nose. We get a little more involved than we normally would. And what he's doing is just getting the milk flowing and making sure that the calf can smell the milk on the teat and gets that taste. And once they get the taste, I think she thinks your nose is the teat. Once she gets the taste, then she usually can kind of get instincts kicking in and she'll go after it. We've had some calves that don't have a really strong sucking reflex, or some calves that are too weak to stand up. So this one's pretty healthy and happy.
Oh, getting the groceries now.
You can hear the suction. Oakley's always been a really good mama. She never kicks at the calves, even when she's engorged or has a lot of milk. And there's been many a time when we've taken orphan calves from ranches down the road and grafted them onto her, and she just takes them all. So she's even let the orphan goat nurse on her 1 year. So she's about as good as it gets when it comes to being a mama or a nurse cow. So I think I'm gonna call it good for tonight. I like how the calf's looking. She got some colostrum. Oakley looks good. Everybody seems happy. I think I'm safe to head up to the house, and we'll just check on things in the morning.
Look, she's cuter than blue now. Yeah, the cute dodo. You're not gonna. Daddy, look at the calf. He's so cute. So cute. You get it okay.
Easy, baby, easy. And it kind of almost gets plugged up a little bit if the baby's not nursing that teat. They kind of get their favorites that they go to the same one over and over, which eventually she'll get big enough that she'll figure out how to go to all four, but right now she has her one that she really likes, so I gotta get these other ones drained out. And it can get a little plugged, a little bit sticky right now. It's starting to come out, but it's not flowing. Don't latch onto my face. If Oakley was really vicious about kicking, I'd tie up, you could tie up her leg, or you can put a rope around her flank. As you can see, she's pretty used to this, even though it's a little uncomfortable for her. I don't even have her haltered, so if it was one of my younger heifers, I would put a halter on her and probably be taking this a little bit more seriously, but Oakley and I have been doing this a long time.
Mommy, look at the baby calf. Mom, that's you.
She's gonna bite my face. Are you gonna bite my face?
She really likes you because you smell like milk.
Boundaries.
Mom, she likes you. Mom, she likes you.
Oh. But you can see how yellow that is. This is the colostrum. It's far more yellow and golden than regular milk would be. And this is that really important stage of the process, with has all the good stuff in it that the baby really needs at this point.